Good twilight everyone, welcome to the very first episode of your beloved cornered chess speedrun series, the literal newest variant available on chess.com. And without any further ado, let's get into today's content. Our first opponent is a guy from India. This is not a challenge video, so of course I'm not afraid of Indians. G4. In case you want to know about the rules of the variant, check out my previous cornered chess video in which I learned about the rules as I played, link in the description, or you can just continue watching this video as I will briefly explain my thinking to you as we play. G5. This is the third time in a row I see my opponents make this mistake. That blunders a pawn. These pawns capture forward instead of diagonally. Fake king to d6. Aha. That fake king was supposed to prevent my real king from moving toward the square. King b6. King back to c6 check. King takes c6. Only the real king matters, all the fake kings are actually just normal pieces that can move one square inch all directions. f6. That blunders the game, king to d6. King of the hill. Okay, maybe this guy just doesn't know what he is doing. Man, if all my opponents lay like this, then this speedrun is going to be real fast. Second game, let's go. Second game, we get a more experienced opponent who has played 2 games of corner chess. Ha! I have played 3, g4. I believe g4 should be the best opening move for red, pushing a center pawn while also opening up the normal bishop. e5. Aha! He wants to activate the Chinese knight. In case you don't know how the Chinese knights move, they move straight and then horizontally. Can be blocked, so by pushing his e-pawn, he allowed his knight to be developed and join in the battle. I will also develop my Chinese knight. Remember, not the L shape, it is straight and then diagonal, so the pawn on e3 doesn't block my knight. f5. Very aggressive. g5. So in my mind I played g5 to prevent both knights from going out, but then I remembered that this pawn only captures forward. Yeah. Anyway. h4. Knight g4. Aha. I see. He wants knight e3, I actually didn't expect this, in no world would I expect to see such a weakness in my territory like this. King e2 defending the pawn. On second thought it might have been better had I used the other king instead. I'll take notes for future games. Pointy piece to e6. Pointy pieces are actually pawns that can move in 3 directions instead of 1, 2 squares first move and 1 square the following moves. I will also develop my pointy. Knight f6. Knight h3. f4. Aha. Finally. That blunders a pawn. h5. There is no such thing as an en passant, by the way. H takes h5. Knight takes h5. f3. e4. E takes e4. Knight g3. Okay, I cannot stop that knight. This is due to multiple weak moves in the opening phase. The only thing I can do now is to counter-attack instead of defending. e5. Pointy to f5. Pointy takes pointy. This pointy pawn better be able to promote. If not, I'll buy a new computer. Knight takes e2. This variant allows you to promote on the 6th rank instead of 8th. Pawn to e6. There are only 2 choices, and since I have already promoted to the new piece in the previous video, let's promote to a rook this time. Alright, looks like a normal rook, it should behave like a normal rook. Chinese knight to d6. Aha. He is suggesting a trade of his knight and my pointy piece. But guess what? His Chinese knight is actually trapped on d6. And this is also a great chance to see if the pointy piece can promote or not. Here we go. Pointy to f6. And it seems like it can also promote to one of the 2 pieces like a normal pawn. Let's make another rook. Knight takes c3. It's fine, as long as my Chinese knight is still guarding the hill. His king cannot physically land on it. Rook takes d6. Knight e4 forking 2 rooks. Rook takes c6. g6. Aha! That allows one more pawn to promote. But no, I'm not into such a temporary dopamine increment. We'll go for something bigger. Rook c2 e6. Pinning his knight to the rook e3 checkmate in one threat. If knight takes rook then rook e3 checkmate. Bishop takes then rook e4 rook e3 unstoppable. I have never seen a checkmate in this variant. I actually don't even know if it is possible to checkmate here. What a perfect chance to see it out for ourselves. Wow. That is not fun at all. But anyway, this is my fourth game in a row that I get the red pieces. Literally 100% red pieces rate. Hopefully we can get the yellow pieces in the next game. Let's go. Red pieces again. G4. King D6. I bet these guys read the rules and saw King of the Hill then think that they can just finish the game in one move. Life has been too easy for these people. King B6. F6. Pointy G3. King F7. This guy has just invented Bomb Cloud in cornered chess. F4. E5. E3 stopping his e-pawn. King E7. H4. Alright, I think this may actually be the strongest opening pawn setup for red in this variant. 3 very strong center pawns defended by 1 pointy pawn from behind. A bit overloaded, but at least it is good enough for this game that my opponent is very delaying his development. King E6. Okay, that looks quite scary, but after thinking for a while I still don't know what was the point. Knight H3. Knight H6. Knight G5, a fake check. King back to E7. I think he was trying to move both kings inside the tube to checkmate my king, which is physically impossible. E4. I should have played E4 from the beginning instead of E3. That was a waste of a move. E takes E4. Bishop takes E4. G6. Aha. It's just come to me that I don't know whether or not the pointy pieces can capture 2 squares or not. Same question can be asked with the pawns, that whether or not they can capture 2 squares on their first moves. I really want to sacrifice my bishop here to see what happens. But maybe it's not worth it. There will be other chances to see it out. Knight back to H3 instead. Losing a bishop may be too much of a loss considering it may be the strongest piece on this entire board. We will have other chances in the future. And I'm not a coward. Pointy to E6. H5. Fake king C6 check. He's up to something, but real king takes C6 regardless. Fake king D6 check. Real king to B6. Pointy to F5. That blunders the pointy. F takes F5. That blunders a knight. I'll promote to the new piece. The new piece died immediately. Bishop takes F5. Bishop E5. Pointy F4 blocking his bishop. My opponent abandoned the game. Corner chess speedrun today. 300% win rate.